going on, YouTube fam? This your boy Tony 2 times, and we back with another episode of Hood Tales, man. Before I start, be sure to tap that like button. Definitely watch this video to the end to hear the full story and all the details in the case. For the day one fam, y'all already know it's all love. Thanks for tuning back into another episode. If you're new to the channel and you feeling the content, feel free to subscribe. Definitely hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time we drop a new video. Let's get right into the story. Success is one of those things everyone views differently and have their own opinion of what it means to be successful. For most, it's maybe having a dream job or your own business, doing something you have a passion for, making enough income not to just maintain, but to really live and enjoy life. You build on top of that, have a beautiful, healthy family with a significant other and a nice home that you own or can afford the mortgage on with no problem. For most men or women, I'm sure that sounds just like the American dream and the true definition of success. But as I'm getting older, I'm starting to see and notice even the people with the most money, cars, big homes, and well put together families are not always happy. Rather, it just never feels like enough or it's deeper issues. A lot of the time, we look at people on the outside and think they have it all. I can't wait to get to that point in life. But you really never know what a person is going through on the inside or have to do to make sure they keep up that image or lifestyle. It becomes exhausting. I'ma even go old school to say to whom much is given, much is required. And my great grandmother used to always tell me, never be jealous or envious of what no one else has or their lifestyle, because you just never know what they did to get that or have to do to maintain it. Mental health is more important than anything out here, because if your mind is not right, you can't be to your full potential, or you might become a danger to others, including the ones you love the most. And on this episode of Hood Tales, we will be taking it to North Carolina to discuss a case of an actor who had a breakdown and did the unthinkable to his family. Robert Crayton Jr. was born in the 70s and raised in Brooklyn, New York. Ever since he was a little boy, he had a passion for acting, music, and just entertainment in general. Landing small roles in shows and plays as a child, and always displaying his talents at family reunions and church where he sung in a choir. As Robert got a little bit older, his passion grew. He attended an upstate New York prep school where he excelled in sports and started to participate in skits and perform comedy. After going to the school for 2 years and being voted most likely to be an actor, Robert returned home, where he recognized he had another talent as well, rapping, in which as he got older, landed him to perform on BET's 106 & Park, and also being a comedian, opened up for comics, winning cash prizes. By 2010, the 6'3", 200 and some pound Robert, who some call Tank, due to his breakout role he landed on the true TV show Southern Fried Stains. The show was in a reality category and based on an ex-state trooper and his team performing sting operations in the South. But outside of acting, Robert's personal life was also going good. He had met the love of his life, a woman named Athalia. Her family tree is of Jamaican descent, Kingston to be exact. Athalia would grow up stateside and was motivated and driven to do big things. Growing up in Miami and South Carolina. After graduating high school, Athalia went off to the Army and traveled the world as a heavy equipment mechanic in the 2nd Infantry Division. She went to places like South Korea and other places, even living there for a period of time. Once returning home, the veteran and Army sergeant and actor Robert would start their family and tie the knot. They had 4 beautiful kids. The family settled in a beautiful home and community in High Point, North Carolina. Robert still was landing roles in shows and movies, and Athalia worked hard and was making big moves as well, becoming a certified life coach, certified interior designer, public notary for the state, even attending North Carolina A&T as a psychology student. The family seemed to have it all. The husband and wife were a power couple, making big moves. All of Robert's colleagues described him as the motivation and light in the room, always having encouraging words, eager to work, and get the job done. A big dude, but a gentle giant. And everyone he was on set with said his thing was, let's finish so I can get home to my family, who everyone claimed he loved and talked about all the time. By 2023, the couple's oldest was 25. Then it was 18-year-old Kasim, 16-year-old Nala, and 10-year-old Nasir. Now in their 40s, Robert and Athalia still seemed to have everything in order. But over the years, it had been questions about Robert's mental health. Police had been called to the family's home multiple times, as the man seemed to be having mental breakdowns. In January 2022, police even served an involuntary mental commitment order on Robert, but nothing really came out of it. Fast forward to January 7th, 2023, early that morning, a local police received a call about shots fired coming from a home, screaming, and two people, a male and female, running down the street screaming for help. They first ran to a neighbor's house, and the young man told them his father was shooting. They called police, and the man stated he woke up to his father having a gun in his face. Scared, he immediately reacted. While his father froze, he was able to knock the clip out the gun. Him and his girlfriend, who was staying the night with him, was then able to flee the home. But the son was worried about the rest of his family. Police made it to the location. Once they entered the home, it was a scene even the most trained officers were not ready for. They found a man, a woman, two teenagers, and a young boy all suffering from gunshot wounds, and unfortunately already gone. They were soon identified by family and neighbors as 45-year-old Robert Crayton Jr., 46-year-old Athalia Crayton, three of their kids, 18-year-old Kasim, 16-year-old Nala, and 10-year-old Nasir. As detectives talked to the family's oldest son, it became clear his father Robert snapped, and it was a case of a murder-suicide. For reasons unknown, he did that to his family, then turned the gun on himself. Family and friends were devastated and confused on how such a beautiful, loving, thriving family could come to such a tragic end. People that knew Robert had trouble processing a man who loved and adored his wife and kids doing this to them. As police released the details, the situation was deemed a mental health breakdown and that Robert just went off the deep end, but no one knew why or would ever know. Athalia's family planned a service for her and the kids, with little to no mentions of Robert at all. And the High Point community, in which they played a huge part in, also paid their respect for the family. Rest in peace to this family, Athalia, Kasim, Nala, and Nasir. I send my deepest prayers and condolences to their family. Also, rest in peace to Robert. I know mental health is real, but I don't know to what extent a man would want to end the lives of the family he was supposed to protect. Being a provider, living a good life in the American dream is all good, but it means nothing if your mental state or health isn't right. So many of us out here drive ourselves to breaking points, either trying to chase the so-called bag to survive or keep the bag to keep up an image, that we lose track of everything else in life, sometimes even losing ourselves. I can only imagine the kind of pain and trauma their oldest son is going through. To lose your siblings, mother and father at one time is something no one should ever have to deal with. I hope he finds healing and strength to keep going. The sad part about the situation and situations like this is always more questions than answers, as no one knows exactly why Robert snapped. If you ever feel unstable to your breaking point, go get help. We can't look at ourselves as weak. Everybody can go through breakdowns, but some people are a little bit more prone than others. But at least if Robert would have checked himself in somewhere, it's a possibility this would have never happened. So remember, we gotta succeed, not to fail, so we won't be just another hood tale. Yeah, man, that's a tragic story. Rest in peace to that family, man. Like I said, I definitely send my prayers and condolences out. But yeah, y'all heard it. I ain't gonna talk y'all head out too much on this one. Leave it in the comments. Remember to definitely be respectful. I appreciate you if you made it to the end. Y'all already know it's all love, fam. This your boy Tony 2 times. This another episode of Hood Tales. I'm out.